What are we seeing here? These are pieces and bits and pieces of petals and things that I've already done ahead of time so we can complete a flower. First, I'm going to make a center because you have to start with the center on a rose. So I need to work the paste just a smidge, just so it's nice and pliable. And this is just some extra paste that I have that I'm going to use for the center. I'm going to put it in a ball of a sort, and then I'm going to make it a cone shape. It's not supposed to have any cracks in it. Try this again. A cone shape. Got chocolate icing under me. Imagine that. I'm going to dip it in the water, get rid of the excess. I'm going to push it right up in the bottom, and then I'm going to squeeze it down so it'll set. Now these need to be done probably at least a day ahead of time, or maybe a couple of days. So if you have extra time, you just make up your little centers, and then that way they're all done and ready for you when you're ready to start making flowers. Thin it just a little bit, just so I can run it through the pasta machine again. I'm going to keep making it smaller until I get it to the thinness that I want. Okay, that'll be good enough. Then I'm going to take the different petal cutters here. I've got 2 different sizes. It comes in all different sizes, depends on what size of rose and how big that you want to make it. And I'm going to cut out a petal, and I'm going to lay it on my foam board here. Okay, now this is the really expensive tool. This is a half of an Easter egg, and now's the perfect time to go get them.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to roll around and thin that top edge only. It's from like here to here is where I'm going to thin it. And I'm just going to push on it with a little pressure on the top edge, and it just brings it up and gives it that movement. So if you're doing a whole bunch of these, you know, you could just move along quickly and just do them. Okay? Then we're going to take our center that's dry. I'm going to take a little water. I'm going to take one of the fresh petals. I'm going to coat it with quite a bit of water, because this one in particular is going to come up about like this. And you're going to tighten it down to when you close it that you can't see the center at all. And that's the center of the rose. Then we're going to come back with 2 more. And I'm not saying this is exactly how a rose is, and not everybody does their roses this way, but this is the way I do them.
Oh, that's the artistic
This is my way. Okay. So I do 2 this way, and then I come back in and I do 2 more, and I put them on the opposite sides, the other 2, then like this. And at this point, I give them a little movement. So now it starts in looking like that. And you could stop there, and then you would have, you know, a small rose, or like a bud. Okay? Oops. And then, don't forget to work the bottoms in there. And then you can take the smaller ones. So I can use these first. And then the next row, you would go in with 3. Thanks. 1, 2, and 3. And there again, you make them, bend them back just a little bit and get them to have a little movement there. So they're kind of, as one instructor told me, make them sing. Make them look pretty and like they're going to sing. So then you could stop there and have a rose that was just partially open. Okay, so now we've got a rose here that's got 3 petals on it. Oh, I forgot to show you. We're going to take the plastic spoons, and we would take our bigger petals and we would lay them over here. And what I normally do is I do those all first. I would do 5 of them and do those first, and then let those dry. So that way when I take them out of the spoon, they still have they have shape. Now I don't want them to dry too long, because if they dry too long, then they're brittle and then I can't get them onto my flower. So now that these have dried for a little bit, we're going to put just a little touch of water on the end of each petal, down here. And then we're going to take and we're going to start putting those on the center of this. Now, wait a minute. Please go in there. Uh-huh. Okay. And you just space them out so there's 5 petals around. Whoa. So there's still some movement with these. If you want to, you can take like little pieces of paper towel and you can kind of set between them, and that way you can dry them upside down. Right now, so that, and then when they've dried, then you can pull the paper towels out of them, and then you can have more of an open look to them.
Okay. How long does it take them for dry?
This has been drying about hour and a half or something like that. I'm going to take a brush and dusting powder here. And this dusting powder is an edible petal dust, is what it's called. And you dip it in a little bit, get a little bit on the end of it. This would help if the rose was a little more set. But then you just touch the edges, and then it gives it a lot more depth.